So one of the things that's kind of annoying the hell out of me about this Orlando thing, the response to the Orlando massacre, is the Republican politicians lining up to somehow try to look like a human being. You know, like they somehow don't blatantly and openly in the light of day try to discriminate against gay people at every turn. And now when a Muslim or someone they accuse of being Muslim massacres them, now they love the gays. Love them, love them, love them. Want to deny them rights every other day of the week, but when they get massacred by a Muslim, then they're the enemy of my enemy is my friend, right? I think that's what's happening there. So Anderson Cooper, who we love here at the, I love, in a sense, whenever there's a natural disaster or whenever he has to go on site somewhere, I love that he reports in a T-shirt. Just something about it. He got to get on that black tight T-shirt and got to give me the news straight because that lets you know he's out in the field. Anyway, so he's out in the field. He's interviewing Pam Bondi. She's the Attorney General for Florida. And he kind of gives it to her because she's one of these politicians who has a history of being a jerk to gay people, worse than a jerk. I cleaned it up. And here we go. Let's listen to some of it, shall we? Or all of it.
I want to ask you, I saw you the other day saying that anyone who attacks the LGBT community, our LGBT community, you said, will be gone after with the full extent of the law.
Exactly right.
I talked to a lot of gay and lesbian people here yesterday who are not fans of yours and who said that they thought you were being a hypocrite, that you for years have fought, you've basically gone after gay people, said that in court that gay people, simply by fighting for marriage equality, were trying to do harm to the people of Florida, to induce public harm, I believe was the term you used in court. Do you really think you're a champion of the gay community?
Let me tell you, when I was sworn in as Attorney General, I put my hand on the Bible and was sworn to uphold the Constitution of the state of Florida. That's not a law. That was voted into our state constitution by the voters of Florida. That's what I was defending. Had nothing to do, I've never said I don't like gay people. That's ridiculous.
But she did demonize them a lot. In fact, and well, Anderson Cooper, to his credit and his T-shirt, he's up on this one.
But do you worry about using language accusing gay people of trying to do harm to the people of Florida when doesn't that send a message to some people who might have bad ideas in mind?
Anderson, I don't believe gay people could do harm to the state of Florida.
But you argued that in court.
My lawyer argued a case defending what the Supreme Court allowed the voters to put in our state constitution.
But you were arguing that gay marriage, if there was gay marriage, if there was same-sex marriage, that would do harm to the people of Florida, to Florida society.
That it was constitutional to put that in the Constitution.
Are you saying you did not believe it would do harm to Florida?
Of course not. Of course not.
No, of course not now. Not when you have. I'm talking to an actual gay guy on television who's obviously not causing harm to our society. Of course, I'm going to deny that I said that. And of course, I'm going to deny that my office was saying that in open court, even though they were, even though she did, even though that's the truth, that they were saying that gay marriage would do harm to their society. Would harm their society. That's what she said. That was what, but now she's all about it. I would never, I'm just doing my job. It was the Constitution that hated gays, not me. I like them. My hands were tied. I had to, you know what I mean? I was only following orders. Isn't that what they said at Nuremberg? I was only following orders. I had to discriminate against gay people. The boss said, the Constitution said I had to. I don't have a moral compass. I'm a politician, Anderson. You're a corporate news person. You should know about that. Okay, here we go.
Gay people? No, I've never said that. Those words have never come out of my mouth.
But that is specifically what you were arguing in court.
That is specifically. First of all, you don't see reporters do this very often, right? Usually they'll let them go. Okay, you gave me. I asked the question. I might even ask it a second time, but they won't. So of course he's got her dead to rights, and this is certainly in his wheelhouse, gay issues, right? So he's got to do. I'm sure this is the issue he's up on, and he's ready to take this fight. So wouldn't it be nice if they felt this way about, I don't know, the TPP? Wouldn't it be great if there was, you could somehow, there was a newsman who had a special connection to the TPP? Oh, there was. His name was Ed Schultz, and they fired him. Okay, let's get some more of this.
No, what we argued was it was in the Constitution of the state of Florida. Let me give you an example. Medical marijuana. A 12-year-old could get it if it passed. We took that to the Supreme Court. Because of that language, hold on, but if that passed, I would defend that as well, because it's my job to defend what's in the Constitution of the state of Florida. That's what it was about.
The hotline that you've been talking about on television, which allows family members and spouses of the dead to get information,
Yes.
which is incredibly...
By the way, so what she's saying is they've tried to pass a thing where they would allow 12-year-old kids to get marijuana. I would have to defend that if that passed. What if they passed a law that said you had to hang black people? Would you still defend it? Saying it's the law doesn't make it right. It used to be the law that black people couldn't sit at lunch counters. It used to be the law that white people could own black people. It used to be the law that women couldn't vote. That doesn't make it right. And that's a cowardly thing to do. It's your duty to stand up to things that are immoral. As a human being, I think you go human being first and then craven politician second, correct? Am I wrong? Isn't that the pecking order of your life? I have to first be a human being and then the attorney general and then a craven politician.
Pam Bondi, she just seems like she's being so annoyed that she's being held accountable.
And this is what it looks like when someone...
she just sighed, so she's really going to be coming back strong because she gave that teenage...
So now Anderson Cooper breaks up that she's been giving out there's a hotline set up for spouses and family members who to call, right, of the victims. And, Anderson makes a great point.
Important, and appreciate you talking about on the air. Had there been no gay marriage, had there been no same-sex marriage, you do realize that there would be no spouses, that boyfriends and girlfriends of the dead would not be able to get information and would not be able to probably even visit in the hospital here. So isn't there a sick irony in that?
Well, yeah, and let me tell you something. Let me take it a step farther. People aren't right now who are partners and aren't married officially aren't able to get information. So we're trying to assist them in getting information because early on,
isn't there a sick irony that you, for years?
So she just ignored the point he made. She's like, yeah, we're actually trying to get even people who aren't married information. We're actually trying to. But Anderson Cooper is making the point that, if it was up to you, if you were to have been successful, you know what's happening here. You see it. I don't have to point it out to you.
We're fighting that very idea.
I was defending the Constitution of what's over 69% of the voters.
So now what Anderson Cooper is saying, do you see how ugly it is what you are doing? Do you see the result? Do you see that it actually affects actual human beings? The people who you're out there now trying to comfort, the thing that you were doing before actually hurts them. Actually dehumanizes them, actually makes them second class. Do you see now I'm sorry, you mean something I was doing through the power of the state government is actually going to have a deleterious effect on actual human beings, and now I have to account for it? Yeah, you have to look at it now. You have to actually see it, because that's who it is. It's those people. Those people who you think you're trying to help now. The people who you were trying to not help before. The people you were trying to inflict injury to. Vis-a-vis the law. You were trying to codify and law discrimination against those people. Yeah, now you get to see how ugly that is. Ugh, it all grosses her out what she did in public and got paid for.
Within the Constitution.
But the federal court said that's not the Constitution,
right.
And you continued to fight it.
No, that's why we rushed it to get it to the U.S. Supreme Court, because we needed
before
finality.
it was the Supreme Court, there was a federal judge, and you continued to fight it after the federal judge ruled, and in fact, you spent hundreds of thousands of dollars of taxpayer money fighting it.
We rushed to get it to the Supreme Court. You know what today's about? Human beings. Today's about victims.
Yeah, and these victims were gay. That's what this is about. Gay people murdered because they're gay. And you were actively using the full power of the state government to discriminate against them. You were doing your damnedest. Yeah, going to court Do we need to see any more of this? I don't know.
About gay and
We're
lesbian
here.
victims.
It sure is. LGBT victims.
I'm just
It's
wondering,
about-
is it
it's
hypocritical
about Florida.
to portray yourself as a champion of the gay community when I'm just reflecting what
I'm
a lot
not-
of gay people have told me they don't see you as that?
Anderson, I'm not portraying myself as anything other than trying to help human beings who have lost their lives, who are right behind us right now in hospital beds, who have family members who aren't getting the services they need.
I like how she tries to get a little indignant. She's trying to turn it around on him. Hey, I'm worrying about people here, and you're going to bring up when I was actually shitting on them before? By the way, Anderson Cooper, not in a T-shirt. That's actually a polo. I saw a button. So my apologies to Anderson. I love the shirt either way. I think it's fantastic.
It's
This
dashing.
morning, you know what I've been doing? Trying to fight with a funeral home for overcharging family members.
Oh, now she's actually sticking up for gay people. She's fighting for them. Isn't that great? Isn't that something? How a little massacre can make you change your tune a little bit? Isn't it? All it took was a massacre, and now she's helping gay people. Isn't that something, as opposed to trying to codify into state law that we can discriminate against them? Isn't that something? Isn't that
To
great?
bury their loved ones. I'm not championing anything other than Floridians. That's what it's about. And this is about victims who need help. This is about family members who need services.
It's just that
That's
I
what
will
this
say
is about.
I have never really seen.
Boy, he is not letting up this. Even I'm getting a little annoyed. He is not letting up on this
I'm
woman.
loving it.
I am loving it. Of course, I'm kidding.
You talk about gays and lesbians and transgender people in a positive way until now. I read your Twitter history for the last year, and I saw you tweeting about, National Dog Month and National Shelter Dog Appreciation Day or Adopt a Shelter Dog Month. It is Gay Pride Month. You've never even tweeted about Gay Pride Month. I mean,
Well, actually, if you look at my website now, we have hands clasped together, all different colored rainbow hands.
So
of
you just
people.
put that up now?
So, yeah.
By the way, that's so checked. I didn't see it. The newspaper article that I read about this didn't see it. So I don't know what she's talking about with the rainbow hands. No one knows what that's talking about. I'll check back.
Did after this horrible tragedy, absolutely. The only thing I'm championing are human beings whose lives were lost.
So that's your message to gay
terror.
and lesbian people here. Because again, I'm just telling you what people have been telling me to ask you. Moving forward, do you see yourself as being a vocal champion for gay and lesbian citizens in the state?
They are citizens just like anyone else, of course.
Apparently not. Because I don't know if you just remember this conversation you're in the middle of right now. You are trying to use the law to make them be distinctly different in meeting second-class citizens. So they're not just like anyone else. So
FYI, I can't find the Rainbow
can't find
Coalition.
you're
on
looking at her
her
website.
website, Attorney General Pam Bondi. I don't see
I
anything
bet it's-
with multicultural rainbow.
You think she would have put it up after this interview?
My goodness, Anderson, we've had 49 people murdered simply because they were in a bar at the wrong time.
Right.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
I'm a career prosecutor. These family members are devastated.
Well, it's good to
These
hear.
surviving victims are devastated.
'Cause I know-
That's what this is about.
Right. I know a lot of gay and lesbian people in the state want to feel that the people who represent them represent everybody in the state.
We're human beings,
Right.
and that's what this is about.
Well, I appreciate
That's
you
what
talking
this
to
is
us.
about. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. So I don't mind him saying thank you so much after he gave it to her like that. That's okay. What bothers me is when news people say, hey, thank you very much, and they just gave him a softball interview. Thanks for coming on. I like when they say thanks for coming on after they just stuck it to him. It's kind of funny. So that I like when they do that. So good for you, Anderson Cooper, in your polo shirt. Nice work. This is what I'm talking about. Trump is revealing the Republican Party really doesn't give a shit about family values. And it's nice that Anderson Cooper in this situation is revealing that Republican or lawmakers don't really give a shit about gay people. Let's be honest. They don't. Come on. You can't spend 29 out of 30 days of the month shitting on them, and then on the 30th they go, hey, you know what? That other guy was a little too mean.